Hello friends, hi, this is Dr. Tirutgil. I want to talk about this book that I have in my hand. It's by Viktor Frankl. The book's title is Man's Search for Meaning. This is a seminal work by this famous psychiatrist. He was born in 1905 in Austria and was a professor of neurology in Vienna at the time that Hitler kind of rose to power and the Nazi influence grew very strong in Germany. The whole nation kind of went through a madness in those years, swept up by the rhetoric and the dogma and the propaganda of the Nazi party. They scapegoated the Jewish community because of their success and whatever else the prejudice that they bore. The German people were upset with the defeat of Germany in the previous World War I and the heavy reparations that were made of them, exacted from them. So they took it all out on the Jewish communities, and their antagonism ran deep, and it was fueled also in part by the Nazi Germany party's a pseudo-religion that kind of grew up around Hitler, and he cultivated this Norse Aryan mythology, and had his own people, concoct all these different ideas and craziness that put them at the top of creation, and they felt just in exterminating other races. And if they'd come to power, who knows? You and I may not be around, and there may be a different kind of world that existed. So thank God for the United States and Great Britain and the allies that defeated Germany and Japan and created this flourishing of human civilization. We had the greatest period of growth and progress in the sciences, in economies, and the United States was magnanimous. It helped Europe rebuild, helped Japan rebuild. It set up democratic governments, and the government and the people thrived, and the governments were successful. We are now in a new age, and this book is relevant because it actually dives into that what happened during Germany's concentration camps. He was there. He was rounded up along with his family and many of his friends and other Jewish neighbors. They were rounded up and sent to concentration camps, and these were populated. These sadistic kind of people kind of aggregate toward these places too, and they were brutalized, worked to death, many of the people. And Viktor Frankl, who was a psychiatrist at that time, observed all of this, and he recorded it in his mind. And they didn't have much paper to write in, but he recorded this, and he wrote this wonderful, very deep study of human psyche in conditions such as that. And he extracted some principles that are useful for us to revise and to review. The one is that human beings are very vulnerable to be manipulated and driven down that same tunnel of madness and driven to persecute minorities. So we need to protect against that. We need to ban any hate speech, anything that degrades another person's humanity in any kind of way. So human beings are the pristine creations of nature, of God, and we should respect everyone as a manifestation of that God. So, what happened in Germany is that they started dehumanizing them, calling them names and so forth. And that's what happens during pre-genocidal buildups. They will vilify a group, and they will brainwash the public against them, and people are too ready to fall in, and that's a vulnerability that the human species has also. that we are vulnerable to manipulation and will follow mad theologies and mad systems, pseudo religions, whatever, and we'll harm our own, brothers and sisters who are the same people, the same human beings, and we will categorize them and then we'll persecute them. And it's a cycle of depravity that needs to be stopped, and it can be stopped by insight, by enlightenment, by people realizing the depravity of it, the demonic nature of such systems. Any absolute system that does not allow for a difference of opinion, a difference of viewpoint, that is dangerous. You should be allowed to discuss ideas in an open, non-punitive, sheltered environment so that the best ideas can emerge. An idea doesn't need to be protected if it has value in it. Its own inherent truth is its power, and it will guide people in the right way. So be careful. We have to be careful. This book reminds us of that. The book is very somber, as I mentioned, but there are moments in there where it captures the best elements of our humanity too. People being kind to each other despite knowing that everyone would die. People still appreciating beauty, still appreciating love. They cherish the memories of their loved ones. And he talks about his own experiences also. He was on a march. They kept marching, these guys. And in that moment of marching, he just fell into a trance where he had this memory of this beautiful wife, his beautiful memory of his wife. I'm sure and then it comforted him, and he just went there every time he needed comfort. So love was a salvation. Beauty still, in nature was a salvation. The people fixed on food, the basic needs. They talked about food, what they would do, and so forth. They fantasized. Fantasy was linked to hope. So it's okay to dream, and create hope, because hope sustains us all. That is the meaning and the message of this book. Retain your hope, and through cherishing the best values of mankind, and knowing and taking comfort in knowing that those are the right values. All right, brothers and sisters, take good care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.